Hello everyone, welcome to A Foreigner Farming in the Philippines. Well, as you can see, the Carabao Man is here. He started early this morning. It's about 11, it's about 10 right now. And he's already about half done. He's doing a bang up job. So what's going to happen here before we plant is that basically going to have to come by with a shovel, the side of a shovel, and break up all these clods. In fact, we should begin doing that pretty quick. Well, you know what? Yeah, in a perfect world, this should all be mixed up and mixed in. But I'm thinking, I've had this idea for a few days, trying to think how I'm going to make all this happen. And I think, so what do you think, Tata? I'll ask you. I was thinking that, well, two things I was just thinking about. Not that I haven't made a decision. I was thinking about coming by with a shovel and just, pulverize this, but that's a lot of work, Tata. What about if we just, when he finishes this, what about if we just flood it and then just plant it?
Yeah, it's okay.
Because that's a lot of work pulverizing all this. And it will eventually...
Only the line of the plant we pulverize.
Only where we're going to plant the plants?
Oh, the line of the plant, and then the leaf.
And just leave the rest?
Leave the rest and then additional rice.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds good to me, Tata.
That hole is good for the rice also. Additional.
So you can see by that Carabao that he's already taken a break and let it lay down in the mud somewhere to cool off. He'll finish today, you think? Yeah? Maybe. So let's go up here and look around, Tata, because there's still things we need to do up top, but I'm just anxious to get some seeds in the ground down here. I want to see just how wet this portion up here is. Still pretty wet, but it's not the sopping wet swamp that it was before.
Side of the other plant.
Well, I think this portion is always going to be the most wet until we get all the water out of that pond. He really doesn't need to do up there, Tata, because the water's we're never going to be able to irrigate that. Okay. Plant something that doesn't never even need any water. Well, we're going to plant a mix of everything in here, Tata. And I think of everything that we're going to plant, I think the onions will need the most water, yeah? So I think we could begin planting the onions now, here. And I'm going to get some additional, I don't know, like, what do you think, 5 bundles?
This is an area for onion. Onion ring?
Huh?
Onion ring?
Onion rings?
Yeah.
What do you mean, onion rings, Tata?
They have a leaf.
Yeah, the same that we have up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Onion rings.
So what do you suggest planting here? I mean, I was thinking we just plant some of everything. We plant some okra, we plant some beans,
Yeah.
some corn.
But onion is not good for hair.
Not that wet for the onions. Onions down there. Okay. Well, the seeds are on the table, and anything that we plant down here that needs trellis, those also have to be put in. But let's finish those tomatoes up there first. Let's finish that area, and then we'll begin down here. Yeah? What do you think, Tate? What are your thoughts? Going to be productive?
It's good. Not like a rolling place.
Yeah, it's flat. I mean, that's the reason we're.
Every year we additional fertilizer.
Well, we're going to be using the fish water for fertilizer, so you're probably right. We might need to put some additional fertilizer once a year. And and the first crop, the first two crops, I think we should definitely fertilize, because this soil is just, I mean, it's just been abused. But after a time, using that water from the fish, I'm thinking there will be a time when we will not need additional fertilizer. But I think to build up this soil, it's going to take some time to build it up with that fish water.
Next harvest is this soil is good.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be the first harvest. Yeah, you're right. First harvest will be, because it's just not the big three. It's not the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potash. It's the micro minerals that are supposed to be in the soil, the copper, the magnesium, all that stuff is, I'm sure, is gone from this soil.
There's also sweet corn.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of sweet corn to plant.
Like maybe 5 lines.
Well, sweet corn, for sweet corn to produce the nice large ears that we've been getting, takes fertilizer and water. And there's never going to be any water up there where he is right now, Tate.
This is the water side. Plenty of water. We siphon water down there.
That's a lot of water to move by hand, Tate. Yeah.
We put a hose on the inside.
Well, you can't siphon uphill, Tate. Because in 1 month, 6 weeks, there's going to be no water in that pond. We're going to use it for a field. There's not enough water, Tate, right now to keep all 4 ponds full. So we're going to have to use that pond for a field for now until this dam seals up. Until it's, until we have none of this, like, water running through this canal, because that's all from that pond. So maybe in 1 year, we can use that again. If we have more solar pumps. Look, I've spent, I don't know, 4,000 pesos on gasoline, Tate, to keep these ponds full.
We use the big submersible pump down the well.
Yeah, it's on. It's not just, yes, it will work, but it's cost, Tate. Gas is not free and electricity is not free, and we don't have enough solar yet to run, especially on a day like today, Tate.
If you have a big rain, we start plenty of water down.
That's true. But I want to utilize our advantage, Tate. Our advantage on these fields here is that we don't have to rely on rain. We have water. That's the That's the big thing here, is that we can irrigate this. And I'm not sure if that 4-inch pipe is going to be enough. The secret to this is going to be putting in a lot of water quickly before it has a chance to go down. All right, well, the Carabao man continued on here. I went into town to get Marcel's tickets and to do some grocery shopping. And so he's more than half done. I don't know if that's him right there or not. Could be. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's going to fetch his Carabao to finish up or not. But we had another one of those colossal downpours, one of those 30-minute gully washers, and he stopped. Can't blame him for that. Who wants to trudge around in a field in pouring rain, even though it's not cold? So I don't know if he's going to continue and finish up. He's about 2/3 done, maybe even 3/4. I don't think it'd take him that much longer. I don't know if he's gonna go fetch his tractor or not. But this is almost done, and we have a pretty clear idea of what we're gonna do. I would imagine we'll get some serious planting done tomorrow. All right, well, the Carabao man got almost finished. The rain kind of slowed him down a little bit today. So the charge now for the charge now for a day for a man and his Carabao is 600 pesos. So I've already paid him. I don't know. He's got another hour left here for tomorrow, maybe 2 at the max. But this is all looking good. He's just got like I don't know, maybe a 12-foot, 15-foot swath there, all the way from one end to the other. Hour and a half, 2, somewhere in there, but he'll finish up. He'll definitely get finished tomorrow. And so we're going to begin planting. We're going to start tomorrow. He's finished this side enough for us to begin. I'm going to go get more onions. We saved, I don't know, we couldn't really call it harvested. I guess we did, but everything that we harvested, we're going to replant the spring onions that we have up there. So we harvested what was in that one row that we had and replanted there, and we're going to replant the remainder here. And I'm going to get 3 or 4 or 5 more bundles tomorrow, and we're going to plant those as well. We're going to plant all the peppers, the hot peppers, and what are called bell peppers here. Don't know if I finally found some carrot seeds. I'm going to direct plant them, direct seeding. They just don't do well. Carrots don't do well transplanting them, so we're going to direct seed them. Probably in this second portion here. I think it's too wet for them. Over there in that first part, it's going to be some head scratching as to exactly what we're going to plant in that first part over there. What is for this first crop going to be wet, really damp soil. So I'll have to sit with Tata and figure it out. But I'm liking this. The rice hulls have, for the most part, been turned in, and we're gonna, when we plant each row, it's gonna be mixed up. It's gonna be mixed in each row, and just left to compost more wherever there's not a row of something. We're gonna make some boards tomorrow, some check boards, dam boards, whatever you want to call them, so that we can stop the flow. this is going to have to be a progression. We water when we get all this planted. Water this field and then block off the check right here. And water this field, block off the check between the beginning fields and these, and then water those first ones. I'm thinking we're probably going to be watering every third day. It depends if we get rain or not. If we get rain, might only be watering once a week, every other day per field. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but we've got plenty of water. That's a blessing. And you know, no one knows when the rainy season is or isn't here. And I'm not worried about it one way or the other. We have water. That's the advantage we have here, is we've got good wells and a willingness to pump the water. So these fields, I'm just praying we'll do well. We'll probably plant the corn tomorrow as well. So we got the peppers in the ground, the onions, the corn, direct seed the tomatoes. We've got different kinds of squash and beans to plant. Those are going to require trellis work. Lots to do tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. This has been a much longer process getting these fields into production than what I had thought it would be or what I had hoped it would be. First waiting for the grass to die off, which it never totally did. You can still see the green there. And then waiting for them to dry out enough to get the carabao guy in here. And it did take 4 days to get all these rice hulls in here. So it took 2 weeks longer than what I thought it would to begin planting in these fields. But it is what it is. And I am hopeful. You know, we've got 4 full-time employees now, soon to be 5 with Marcel's cousin. And look, we still make enough off of YouTube to survive. And it would be nice to, at the very minimum, be able to pay salaries. And you know, for these fields to, at the bare minimum, break even and cover expenses, salaries, electricity, gasoline, twine, you know, all the stuff that goes into it, fertilizer for these first few crops. It would also be nice to make 40,000-50,000 pesos a month, up and above that. And I think these fields have the potential to do that. We will see. I'm hopeful. I'm rather excited to get it, you know, to finally get this farm going on all cylinders. The bananas are an addition. The melons around them are another addition. Haven't gotten anything off of these bananas, that our little mini plantation that we planted almost a year ago, thanks to Odette. They were doing really well, and we're just at the point to where they were going to start producing, and then they weren't killed, but they were just pretty much wiped out by that typhoon. All the leaves stripped off of them, just down to their bare stalks. I'm going to do I could ask Tata. I'm going to do a little research. If anyone knows the browning on these leaves, I'm guessing is it. Tata, why are these leaves brown on these banana trees? What's the reason?
It's from the burn grass.
Oh, it's from the burning? Well, those over there were nowhere near a fire, and it's still...
That's banana. We replace a new.
Oh, those are the new bananas?
Yeah.
All right. So you don't think you don't think they need to be fertilized with something, or a fungicide or something?
Yeah.
You don't think there's anything wrong with them? They just need time?
pull out and replace the one like away like that, like this. This is not good for plant like this height.
Okay.
Remember, I will.
You planted the very small ones?
Yeah, the very small one is good.
Okay.
And next time we plant, we hold maybe 1 foot and then fill back topsoil and then plant.
Well, we did. All these holes here were 2 foot square and 2 feet deep.
No, but
Remember?
yeah,
We dug big holes, deep.
but not enough.
Not enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone's over there getting some cooking wood, huh?
And no, he passed on the dry wood.
Well, I'm going to discuss with Tatai tomorrow's plan. Thank you, everyone. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.